A respected teacher of more than 30 years has lifted the lid on the impacts of social media use, likening some students to zombies or drug addicts high on speed. The veteran of the classroom said the toll on behaviour and education has been huge, no doubt. I dislike social media immensely, and it seems as though I'm not alone here. Jean Yates joins us now, Director of Education at Cybernetic Shield. Jean, good to have you with us this morning. So just elaborate on this, why kids are, you know, they've got the zombie look on their face and everything because they're more interested in their phones and not in the classrooms.
Yeah, they are. So they're staying up really late at night on their social media, which means that they're not getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
But also, we know that social media is designed to draw them in and to make them addicted. So with all of that dopamine in their systems, then they're used to being on a constant high. And so if they're not finding what's going on in the classroom, engaging or giving them that dopamine hit, then basically they're not interested.
Well, I mean, I've read reports recently that kids' brains are actually being rewired at the moment. I mean, how frightening is that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's totally different teaching this generation of children from teaching any previous ones for that reason.
So there have been schools that have moved to ban phones. I mean, is that having any effect?
Yeah, I don't actually think that banning phones is the way to go. I think that we need to teach children what phone etiquette is. You know, once we get into the workplace, no one's going to tell us that we shouldn't have our phone in a meeting or that we should switch it off at various times. So they have to learn sometime. And also it's much, much better if it's internally motivated rather than externally motivated.
Yeah, I mean, the problem's at home too, and I'm at fault here. I mean, we're in the news business. I'm always on the phone, you know, looking for stories and talking to people. I mean, kids, they see that and they just do the same.
Yeah, they do. So a lot of it is mimicry. But I think it's really important that we keep those lines of communication open. So they are seeing things on social media that can be quite confronting. If we ban phones, then they're never going to talk to an adult about what they've seen because they know they shouldn't have been on the phone in the first place. Whereas if we can keep those lines open, then responsible adults can then help them deal with what they've seen and understand what they've seen.
That's right, because you can, if you come down too hard on that point, then they're going to find a way to get online anyway, and then you run the risk of, you know, whatever else is out there on the internet. We're seeing these kids getting radicalised. We've seen evidence of that here in Sydney in recent weeks, and that's the kind of rabbit warren that kids can go down.
Exactly. And they're not going to go to anyone for help because they're going to be afraid they'll be in trouble for having been on their device in the first place.
So conversation, what do you say? What do you say at the dinner table about the phones then?
Yeah, what do you say? And, you know, we used to watch the news together as a family. We're not doing that anymore, but it's still really important that we're talking about the things that the kids might be seeing.
All right, Jean, good to have you with us this morning. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.